evening. Welcome to another edition on Family Talk with Simi. So this evening I want to talk on married but lonely. Do you know it is very, very possible to be married and at the same time lonely? Let's go to the word of God in the book of Ephesians 5:21, and it says, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Do you know we have a lot of married couples bearing the title of Mr. and Mrs., and they are very, very lonely. One of the reasons why God initiated marriage is for the purpose of companionship, for the man and his wife to live together in love and unity, for them to be friends, for them to care for one another, for them to help each other bear their burden, for them to love themselves, grow together, comfort one another. So I do not understand why some couples are lonely in marriage. I do not understand. Is it because some of us do not understand the principle of marriage? Or is it because we just choose to ignore some of the things that we should do to make our marriages work? So I want to talk on some of the things that can promote loneliness and how to avoid it. Number one, selfishness. Selfishness can cause loneliness in marriage because the other party that is aggrieved can decide to withdraw into his or her own shell. Once you are married, you are no longer yourself. You no longer own yourself. You are accountable to someone. You are accountable to your spouse. You made a vow before God and before men to make your spouse happy, to love them, to be there for them. So upon getting married, everything about our life schedule changes. We cannot eat our cake and want to have it. We cannot be married and at the same time want to live as though we are still single. When you were single, you have all the time to spend with friends, to hang around with friends, to go clubbing, to go to parties. You have all the time to even, work. But now you are married. You need to be there for your spouse. There is nothing like privacy. Your privacy would also be invaded by your spouse. When children start coming, children would also invade your privacy. So in getting married, you must go to that marriage with a large heart, a big heart. Whether you are the wife, whether you are the husband, your heart must be big to accommodate your spouse, to accommodate their excesses, to love them, to accept them, not to ignore them in that marriage. Then number two, when you do not spend time with your spouse, when you do not make time, create time to unwind with them, it can lead to loneliness in marriage. So how do we avoid this? It does not matter how busy we are. Give your spouse the necessary attention. Spend necessary time with your spouse. Talk with them. Gist with them. Find time that you can spend alone with them, that you can go out with them. Don't be all work and work. It will not help the marriage. The truth of the matter is, whatever career or whatever business we do is not important more than our marriage. At the end of the day, you would have your marriage to fall back on. You would have your spouse, you will have your children all around you, but you might one day leave that job. So don't be too busy. Don't create this bridge or this wall around yourself. I'm busy, I have to work, I have to eat, I have to feed the family. Yes, we know and we agree, but the truth of the matter is that your spouse should not suffer simply because you want to work. Number 3, when you are climbing the ladder of success, please ensure to carry your spouse along to avoid loneliness, to avoid inferiority complex. One of the things that is causing loneliness in marriage is inferiority complex. When one spouse feels the other one is advancing, going higher in their business, in their career, and the other person is left behind, they tend to feel this inferiority complex, and before you know it, it will come with negative emotion. Before you know it, they will withdraw, and there's going to be loneliness in that marriage. Carry them along. How do you carry them along? Tell them how your day has been. Talk to them about your work. Let them know everything about your job, your work ethic. Let them know your colleagues, even when they've not met them. Talk about your colleagues. Talk about your boss. Talk about people around you in the office. Gist with them. Let them know this is what you do, so that they will have a sense of, a sense of belonging. When there is sense of belonging in that relationship, loneliness will be eradicated. Then the last one, learn to communicate. Be friends with your spouse. Be open. As couples, create your own happiness. You don't have to do what everybody is doing. It does not have to be expensive. You don't have to have a lot of money to create your happiness. You can go out, even when you do not have money to go out, go and buy yourself some drinks, buy biscuits, sit in front of the TV, watch, play together, gist together, look into each other's eyes, keep assuring each other. Avoid loneliness. When all these things is not put in place in our marriages, that is why we have loneliness. That is why one spouse will be lonely, and loneliness can lead to so many things like adultery. It can lead to emotional abuse. It can lead to so many ungodly things. I hope this helps. When next I come your way, I'm going to be talking on some other important issue. I remain your friend Simisola Enyila. Bye for now. God bless you.